Hello and welcome to this video analysis. My name is Alejandro Córdoba and I'm going to be your teacher at the English-Spanish translation course at Lingua Contact. During this video, we are going to analyze a very simple translation that I received last year, and I'm going to describe some of the things that I decide how to translate for this type of translation. This is a sworn translation of a background check or a criminal record of a person that was that needed this document for traveling to Spain. And I'm going to start by reading the original document. Here it says Information Center of the Ministry of the Interior of the Republic of Latvia, address, here is the date that I have deleted together with the number of the document for protecting the client. And here we continue. Certificate. The Punishment Register of the Information Center of the Ministry of the Interior of the Republic of Latvia contains no information on the convictions and administrative violations registered in the territory of the Republic of Latvia of, this is the name of the person, identity number, and born on. Deputy Chief of the Information Center, J. Melderis, and a phone number, okay? And here is the translation. So, Centro de Información del Ministerio del Interior de la República de Letonia. Dirección. Fecha, número de documento, certificado. En el registro de penales del Centro de Información del Ministerio del Interior de la República de Letonia no constan antecedentes penales ni administrativos registrados en el territorio de la República de Letonia relativos a nombre de la persona, número de identidad, nacido él, jefe adjunto del centro de información, J. Melderis, y número de teléfono. Okay. So let's start analyzing. As I said in the beginning, this is a sworn translation, and as such, in Spain, they need to start saying that it is a sworn translation. That's why at the beginning you can read traducción jurada sworn translation, and then you start translating. You cannot just start with the document itself, but you need to start saying that. And at the end, you should include your certification saying that you, as a sworn translator, certify that the contents of the translation are true to the ones in the original language. Okay. Then here in the original one, we have the coat of arms of the Republic of Latvia, but I don't personally like using coats of arms, and I haven't seen any translator use them. But I do not like leaving it completely empty, so I usually write that this is a coat of arms, like here, Escudo de Letonia, el Centro de Información del Ministerio del Interior de la República de Letonia. And I use the phrase Ministerio del Interior because that's the equivalent that we have in Spain. And it is also the equivalent in several other Spanish-speaking countries, such as Mexico or Argentina, I think, and Costa Rica. But in other countries, and if I'm not mistaken, in Guatemala, el Ministerio del Interior is called Ministerio de Gobernación. Therefore, if this text would have been meant to be used in Guatemala, probably different phrasing, such as Ministerio de Gobernación, would have been more adequate. But this person was traveling to Spain, so I used the Spanish equivalent, which is very similar to the one used in English. Then we have the address, and for such a type of document, a legal translation, addresses should not be translated. Only if there is an equivalent, such as, for example, Latvia is Letonia in Spain. Therefore, you can translate the name of the country, but you shouldn't call this the Bruninieku Calle. You should just leave it as it is. In the same way that they have used in the original document, they have not translated Yela as street. However, I like saying that this is an address in brackets, to clarify what it is, and also to excuse myself for not for leaving it exactly as the original, because it is what I should do. So in case they need to write or they need to find this place online, they can just know that this is the address. Then we have the date, the number, certificado, and here we continue. En el registro de penales. I have used the wording registro de penales and not punishment register, which would be something similar to registro de condenas o registro de penas, because the equivalent in Spain for such a register is registro de penales or registro de antecedentes penales. And it is easier to understand for the person that is going to receive this document, so that they know what they are talking about. So, del Centro de Información del Ministerio del Interior de la República de Letonia no constan antecedentes penales ni administrativos. Here again, I have used antecedentes penales and not penas, because this is how we call a conviction. It is actually called antecedente penal or antecedentes penales, and actually this type of certificate in Spain is called certificado de antecedentes penales. Therefore, it is much more clearer to receive such a wording, such a fixed phrase for the person that is receiving the document in Spain. Instead of saying no constan penas o no constan cargos. Then registrados en el territorio de la República de Letonia relativos a. I used relativos a because it made it more clear that we are talking about this person. So I prefer this type of wording instead of de, as it should be the translation of, because then it makes it more clear. And it's the número de identidad, even though you can make it a bit fancier and you can say titular del número de identidad o poseedor del número de identidad. But because it was a very simple translation and it is quite understandable that the ID number belongs to that person, then I decided to just leave it like that. En nacido él. Then here we have jefe adjunto del Centro de Información. Usually this is a common word in Spain, in Spanish. Deputy chief as jefe adjunto. Even though deputy is quite often translated as vice in the case of deputy president as vicepresidente, but in this case it is commonly accepted that it is adjunto as the second person in charge. And then, as I said in the beginning, I do not usually use the coats of arms or stamps that appear in the original document because I do not have the power to use them, but I like mentioning them. So I do something similar with signatures. I cannot just copy the signature of this person, of the deputy chief of the information center, but I can let the person receiving this document know that there is a signature. So I can just write that there is a firma ilegible or an illegible signature, as I do when I'm translating from Spanish to English, to let them know that there is such a thing on the original document. And another important thing about this document is that you need to keep the structure and the format of the document, so that the person that is reading this document can easily go from the original to the translation without having to look for what this person is searching. So if we have something in the center, it should be center. If we have words in bold, they should be in bold. If we have them inclined, they should be inclined. And we should keep the paragraphs with the same distance whenever possible, so that it is easy to go from one thing to another. So that if this person is reading a document and wants to make sure that the ID number is the same in both of them, the person can find it very easily, because this person will know that it's at the end of the paragraph that is under the bold letters. So that's an important thing. And also, as I mentioned before, Here is the certification that states that this is a sworn translation, and the translation that this client received had also my stamp and signature to certify the translation. So I hope that you enjoyed this video analysis. We will see more of these translations during the course, because one of the topics that we will study throughout the course is about legal translations, and another one is about economic translations, as well as about the common issues that translators face every day while doing translations. So I'm really looking forward to starting the course in September, and I'm also looking forward for you to join. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye.